Lunchtime, and Luke had 2 white mice, and the witches were chasing after Luke.
Go to the ballroom and there's a surprise for you.
Thanks, Grandmama.
You're welcome. Come sit down.
Yes, Your Highness.
Grandmama.
Yes?
I heard the witches. They were making a candy shop, and they said they were going to put 86 Elite HMS maker in it. They would turn every kid into mice.
How did you know that?
I heard them. I really did, Grandmama.
What were you doing in the ballroom?
You said there's a surprise for me.
Oh yes, the surprise was the Grand High Witches and her witches were having a meeting there.
That was a surprise. Why?
Because the witches are in the hotel.
How do you know the Grand High Witch?
I told you the story, remember?
Oh, yes.
The witch's room is right under us.
I want to go see what's in there.
It's too dangerous.
The witch is coming.
Hurry up.
I ran in.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay, Grandmama.
All the witches were sitting in their chairs and staring at the woman on the platform. She was short and looked young. She was wearing all black. She didn't look like a witch. Then why was she on the platform? All the witches were in fear, but very slowly the woman on the platform started taking off something on her face. It was a mask. She took off her mask and then put it on the table. Then she turned around and I almost screamed. Her face looked ugly and disgusting. It looked like it was left in a jar of vinegar. There were maggots walking their way in there. Now I know this was the Grand High Witch. Now she wore masks because she can't go out in public looking like that and even at a hotel.
Are the doors chained and bolted?
Yes, Your Goodness, they are chained and bolted. Her voice was loud and her ugly face was facing the other side.
You may remove your gloves.
Her voice was loud like the witch that came and tried to come and give me a gift. Except the Grand High Witch's voice was lost. Everybody started taking off their clothes. I could see the grown short nails.
You may remove your shoes.
Then all the witches started taking off their shoes. I didn't even see the toes, too.
You may remove your wigs. Take those wigs off your itchy spotted heads.
Oh, help, oh, help. I'm trapped in a room with bad guys. Wait, I haven't taken a shower in a long time. And like Grandmother said, dirty you are, the more they won't smell you.
Witches of England. I had breakfast this morning, and you know I saw kids. So I want you to wipe out all of them.
All of them?
Who said that? Who dares to argue with the Grand High Witch?
Then she pointed at the witch who talked.
It was you, was it not?
I didn't mean it. Your Grandness, I didn't mean it to argue. I was just talking to myself.
Okay, here's a little poem. A stupid witch who answers back must burn until her bones are black.
No, please, I beg of you.
A foolish witch without a brain must sizzle in the fiery flames.
Save me, I'm sorry.
An idiotic witch like you must roast upon the barbecue.
Forgive me, Your Grandness, I didn't mean it.
A witch who dares to say I'm wrong will not be with us very long. It's time. Zzz. You'll never see her again. Now back with business. Wait, before we go back to business, my favorite witch has a song.
1, 2, 3. Go. 1, 2, 3. The witch is gone from arguing with the Grand High Witch. The witch is gone for arguing with the Grand High Witch.
Over.
It was dinner at the hotel.
Hey, Luke, here's a roll for dinner.
Thank you, grandmother, for the roll.
Did you think that I got out while I was still behind the screen? Very soon. I heard the door. I saw the Grand High Witch putting their mask back on. Can I just skip my bar and leave?
Come get on the stage.
No, Bruno, don't do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
No,
0.
Bruno. What
Bruno,
is happening
what
to
is
me?
happening to me?
Wait, Bruno is a mouse? Wait, Bruno is a mouse.
Bruno is now a mouse.
And
Luke is still in the room with 84 witches.
They are friends. Luke was thinking about what are the witches gonna do to him. Luke was thinking about what are the witches gonna do to him. Maybe turn him into a frog. Luke said Bruno 3 times. Your turn.
Your son is a mouse. If you don't know, I will show you in my bag.
No, he's not a mouse. If he's show me.
He said that you don't like mouse.
The end.
Are you ready to go down to the Grand High Witch's room?
I hope I can manage to go down to the Grand High Witch's balcony without getting caught. I am only a little mouse.
Okay, I'm putting you in the sack now, and I'm lowering you down slowly.
Okay.
Ruth arrived down at the Grand High Witch's balcony, but no one was there except 3 little froggies.
I found the 86th made action mouse maker. She was hiding it in the mattress for the ancient ones.
All of a sudden, the Grand High Witch came through the door.
Who dares to trespass on my balcony? I have to hide behind the bedpost.
The Grand High Witch hears a knock at the door. We are here for the
Rather, you promised us since we can't climb the footies of the Glentor eggs.
Hurry, get the bottle and get out of there. I'll pull you up.
Luke ran to the balcony.
Pull me up, Grandma.
Luke got pulled up to his balcony.
I am so happy you got away without getting caught.
Done.
story takes place in the dining room at Hotel Magnificent. Now enters Grandmama, Luke, and Bruno. It's time. Did you know you have a tail?
I do. I realized.
Grandmama, Luke, and Bruno all sit down. Get in my handbag.
G'day, mate. May I get you something?
Yes.
Pea soup?
Yes.
Where's the young lad tonight?
He's sick.
Okay. Well, let me go get your food.
Our mouse now enters the kitchen. Let's watch him now.
A old woman says this is bad. Give her some gravy, boys.
A dirty, old, filthy mouse. Fling, fling, chop off.
He's in my trousers. He's in my trousers.
Now Luke has got caught.
And ran up the chef's pants.
Pull down your pants, you silly slob.
He's in my knickers. Help, help.
Now our chef is starting to pull down his pants.
There he is, there.
I've got my eye on you.
I tough guy. I tough guy. I tough guy. I tough guy. I tough guy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
It's all because of me.
He's in my trousers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I tough guy.
Thanks, mate.
This chapter is about Mr. Jenkins and his son. Mr. Jenkins has something to show you. What is it? Something horrible happened to me. No, he definitely did not. I don't believe you. Mr. Jenkins is very upset and does not believe Grandma. That is true. Here I am. Mrs. Jenkins began to scream and lost control. Mr. Jenkins still didn't believe Grandma. Stop, calm down, it's just a moment. I want to say how hurt you, but there's some very close to you. That is true. The witch did it to me. This is crazy. You are crazy. Let's go. Mr. Jenkins took off with wife and left the dining room. Grandma had to come up with a plan to make him believe it.
Mr. Jenkins had not gone more than a few paces towards the Grand High Witch's table when a piercing scream rose high above all the other noises in the room. And at that same moment,
I saw the Grand High Witch go shooting up into the air, and now she was standing on her chair, still screaming. Now she was on the tabletop, waving her arms.
What on earth is happening, Grandmama?
Wait, keep quiet and watch.
Suddenly, all the other witches, more than 80 of them, were beginning to scream and jump out of their seats as though spikes were being stuck into their bottoms. Some were standing on chairs. Some were up on the tabletops, and all of them were wiggling about and waving their arms in the most extraordinary manner. Then all at once they became quiet, and they stiffened. Every single witch stood there as stiffened and as silent as a corpse. The whole room became deathly silent.
They're shrinking, Grandmama. They're shrinking just like it did.
I know they are.
It's the mouse model. Look, some of them are even growing fur in their faces. Why is it working so quickly, Grandmama?
I'll tell you why. Because all of them have had massive overdoses just like you. It's thrown the alarm clock right out of the whack.
Everyone in the dining room was standing up now to get a better view. People were moving closer. They were beginning to crowd round the two long tables. My grandmother lifted Bruno and me up so that we wouldn't miss any of the fun. In her excitement, she jumped up on her chair so that she could see over the heads of the crowd. In another few seconds, all the witches had completely disappeared, and the tops of the two long tables were swarming with small brown mice. The women were screaming, and strong men were turning white in the face and shouting, "It's crazy! This can't happen! Let's get the heck out of here quick!" Waiters were attacking the mice with chairs and wine bottles and anything else that came to hand. I saw a chef in a tall white hat rushing out from the kitchen, brandishing a frying pan, and another one just behind him was wielding a carving knife above his head, and everyone was yelling, "Mice! Mice! Mice! We must get rid of the mice!" Only the children in the room were really enjoying it. They all seemed to know instinctively that something good was going on right in front of them, and they were all clapping and cheering and laughing like mad. "It's time to go," my grandmother said. "Our work is done." She got down off the chair and picked up her handbag and slung it over her arm.
My mom's not that crazy about mice.
So I noticed. She'll just have to get used to you, won't she?
Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
My grandmother, with me in her hand, turned and marched out of the room, went straight across the hotel lobby and out through the front entrance into the open air. Outside it was a lovely warm evening, and I could hear the waves breaking on the beach just across the road from the hotel. "Is there a taxi here?" my grandmother said to the tall doorman in his green uniform. "Certainly, madame," he said, and put two fingers in his mouth and blew a long, shrill whistle. I watched him very envied. For weeks I had been trying to whistle like that, but I hadn't succeeded once. No, I never would. The taxi came. The driver was an oldish man with a thick, black, drooping mustache. The mustache hung over his mouth like roots of some plant. "What's you, madame?" he asked. Suddenly he caught sight of me, a little mouse, nestling in my grandmother's hand. "Blimey," he said. "What's that?" "It's my grandson." "Oh, wait, but..."
It's my grandson. Drive us to the station, please.
"I always liked mice," the old taxi driver said. "I used to keep hundreds of them when I was a boy."
Are we going home?
Wait, no, not yet. Mice is the fastest breeders in the world. Did you know that, madame? So if he's your grandson, and I reckon you'll be having a few great-grandsons to go with him in a couple of weeks' time. Drive us to the station, please, my grandmother said, looking prim. "Yes, ma'am," he said right away. My grandmother got into the back of the taxi and sat down and put me on her lap.
Are we going home, Grandmama?
Yes, back to Norway.
Hooray! Oh, hooray, hooray, hooray.
I thought you'd like that.
But what about our luggage?
Who cares about luggage?
The taxi driver was driving through the streets of the pavements were crowded with holiday markers and wandering aimlessly with nothing to do.
"How are you feeling, my darling?" my grandmother said. "Fine," I said, "quite marvelous." She began stroking the fur on my back, of my neck with one finger. "You have accomplished neck. Great feats today," she said. "It's been terrific." I said, "Absolutely terrific."